This is a Black Beauty Gibson 335 335 custom from 2018, and there's been just one run of these in 2018, and that's it. And as surprising as it is, I have to talk because there'll be a lot of text otherwise. I haven't seen a single comprehensive explanation of how it's wired. There's just no info. Like, it says that the fourth knob, this is the neck volume, this is the bridge volume, and this is a master tone. Okay, and you expect that to be a volume for the mid, but that ain't it exactly. At least that's what all YouTube reviews you can find of this guitar. That's what they say, that this is the mid pickup volume, while in fact it's not, because check this out. Like, this is the bridge, okay? Undoubtedly the bridge. Okay, and I noticed that this knob has it reads 4 5 4 3 2 1 0, and it clicks at 0, and then it goes 1 2 3 4 5 in the same direction, like the 0 is in the middle. And all the way to the left, which is even more confusing because you can expect it to be off in the middle. All the way to the left, it's very difficult to argue that it's off, because that's the metal screwdriver. It's off. This is the bridge. Okay. In fact, I can tap. It's a microphonic pickup, and this is the neck. Very definitely the neck, and then in the middle it engages the middle. Okay. And sound-wise, it engages exactly that. It turns it on in parallel, and the reading is 3K, 3.5K, something like that, while the bridge on itself is 7.4. And what happens when you turn it clockwise is this. Okay, this is off, and it is clockwise. It's louder and it's kind of like boosted, and the reading is somewhat like 8K, so it's definitely a sort of a boost. And you cannot say that it's like mid alone, even though you don't hear the tapping like that, but definitely. Oh no, on the other hand, I don't know. I really don't know what it does. Maybe it turns off the rest of the circuit, but how? Like, this is a primitive for pots construction, and I have no idea how you can wire that. And there's no wiring anywhere or any sort of explanation, so I'm really reluctant to put it to the table to see what it's actually wired like. But it's a mystery. If you know that, like, let me know in the comments, because I'm really puzzled. Because this switch does nothing. It sounds exactly the same. Like, this does nothing. I don't think it's the mid alone. Well, certainly it does look like that. But why? Like, why? Why would I need that? Like this is the bridge. Very definitely, it's thinner. And yeah, it's very confusing, and it's not easy to comprehend. Like this is, for me, for this guitar, is a minus. Okay, what this guitar does good is chords in the lower register. Like this is a big bonus for this guitar. Okay, like yeah, this is definitely all right. I'm sure you hate me if I list all the things I don't like about this guitar, but maybe I should, maybe I should not. Like I don't like the mid pickup at all. It's in the way. You hit it, and it's microphonic, so when each time you hit it, there is a click, like it taps on the pickup, which isn't really nice, and it's also very microphonic with the fingers. That's like my complaints about the structural geometry of this guitar, besides the layout situation, which is odd. Okay, besides the fact that I don't know what this does. It like sounds like a boost, sounds like a mid pickup alone. Okay, all three. It's definitely very different in the mid position. So if those were three pickups at the same time, they would sound thin as hell. Probably like this. Yes. Those are three pickups at the same time, and they're very thin sounding because they are three in parallel. So this must be somewhat like 2K maybe output. As full as it sounds in the lower frets, exactly so, it's empty in the middle of the neck for some reason. Like there's guitars that just do that acoustically. No, just to make sure you understand what I mean, I'm gonna explain it in raw acoustic mode. And then there's a certain lack of depth in the third string in this particular guitar. It's not about the string, it's not about the saddle, it's just about how this neck and this body react to certain frequencies, which is in the mid-range. And I can actually show it in detail. What I mean is there's a certain lack of dynamics, very audible in the third string. Like, let me play that again. You can hear that it doesn't really change the tone with the growing dynamic of attack. And the frets are perfect. This is not about frets. It's just a certain type of resonance. And it's worse up the neck. The higher up the neck, the worse it gets. Like here, it dies off. And you can actually hear, I have the reverb turned off in the amp. But you can hear there is a metallic oscillation. This is where the actual resonance goes into. That's what eats it. Like, it dies off by itself. And the answer to that is in the spec sheet for this guitar. This is a very similar effect to what you would get. There were certain kind of 335s with a center block that was only below the bridge. Now this guitar has a full-size center block, which Gibson chambered from the inside. So it's technically like a box. It's not a plank of wood that holds the construction together. But instead, it's like a cover and the bottom, which is hollowed out from the inside. So in fact, this has no center block. And I know what sort of who they're fooling, but to get to the weight that this guitar offers, they chose to make a hollow center block, effectively a guitar with none of the center block. So this is where the echo comes from, and this is also where the resonance is lost, in my opinion. Like, it stops. And I have to really attack the note aggressively to get at least some of the sound, because when I play lighter, this is a problem with the upper octave mostly. And the mid pickup brings nothing to the table to me personally. because the way it's built, the guitar has a very sharp attack, and in this particular example, I don't want more of that. I really want more sustain and maybe more mid-range or whatever, but not more attack. And when I engage the mid pickup, it's basically this jangle that I don't need. And also another specific feature of this tone is at the same time there's a lot of sharp high frequencies, high peaks in their upper harmonics of attack, but when you can think of this, the overall tone is muddy. Like really, it is with a pick. Like I'm gonna try to remove the attack. It's muddy. It's like it. At first I wanted to turn on, to dial in a bit of tone, but the tone is at 10. At 0, it's like. I mean, it's not really articulated in the mids. There's just this biting attack, and in the octave above, there's nothing that comes after the attack. There's no continuation. So this is a bit disappointing in this guitar for me. And by no means these pickups are not dark. They just the opposite. They are very much like classic 55. There's they kind of trebly, but in a artificial kind of way, because there's nothing that comes with increased attack. So they're more like, to me, these pickups are more like Seymour Duncan SH2 Jazz, in the sense of they cannot be completely dark, but they cannot be completely bright either. This is just how I see them. They don't grow with the attack. The bite does not grow with that. Oh, and one more thing with this attack, the harmonics amplify all imperfections of intonation very deadly. This is really cool. I think guitar should mask that, but instead it amplifies that, just the way it sounds. Like this spot in particular sounds very lifeless. Like shallow. I have a feeling like I'm playing classic 55s that have been merged with Bursbacher Pro, something like that. Like it's very muddy in the low end and in the mids, but jangly in the high end. And you get even more jangle out of the mid pickup. But to me, it does nothing in this particular example of guitar. Yeah. So the thing I like about this is weight and lower octave and the lower strings. Besides that, not so much. The rest is like I've seen a lot of different ES guitars that have been easier on the ears and on the hands. Well, I think my playing with that sucked today. This is my honest evaluation, and it's a difficult instrument because of the way it sounds. That's it's just stiff. I just call it. I'm gonna call it stiff. It's stiff. It's difficult to get the tone out of it, and it sort of sucks it into the guitar. It definitely goes somewhere, but it's hard to say where it goes.